Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Ask Leah. Tonight, I want to share with you a question that was asked in a recent workshop that I ran, and it was from someone who was on board with my idea of if we hate conflict and confrontation, we need to communicate early and communicate often. And by that, I mean rather than wait for an issue to grow into a whopping great conflict or something that's so big you're not sure what to do with it. Get good at nipping problems in the bud when they could be an uncomfortable conversation rather than a really heated or potentially high conflict one. And this person said to me, okay, Leah, I want to try to nip things in the bud, but how? How do I have those conversations without escalating it at the time? My response to this was embrace the awkward. Embrace the awkward and actually say to the other person, you know what, this is a bit uncomfortable to raise, or I feel a bit awkward having this conversation because this isn't a real issue yet, but I wanted to talk through this with you. Or it might be saying something like, hey, can we have a conversation about the way we work together? Because I've noticed that over the last few weeks, we've probably both been getting a bit short with each other. Embrace the awkward. I've coached a lot of people to do this over the years. I remember one woman in particular who was having some issues with a colleague, an older male colleague, who she loved working with in an operational role, but he used to refer to her as Lovedale Sweetie. He never used her name. And she said to me, Leah, this is becoming a problem because no one else knows my name because he just refers to me in this way rather than using it. She said, I don't want to cause an issue though because I know he's so well intentioned. Now, whole other conversation about the fact that this still happens, and it does, but this guy was well meaning and she didn't want to damage the relationship. So I said the same thing to her. You know, she decided to tackle it and she just embraced the awkward. She said, you know what, I really value our relationship and I love working with you, which is why this is really hard and uncomfortable for me to raise, but it's because I respect and value you that I need to have this conversation. Embrace the awkward for those uncomfortable conversations. Have them before they generate or develop into something bigger. If you have a communication, leadership, soft skill, people skill question you would like answered, send it through and I will do my best to answer it in a future episode. Cheers.